everyone, it's Stephanie from My Porch Prints, and today we're going to be making this envelope, window, pocket, and tag set. And this is just a cute little insert you could use for your journal, or you could use it on its own or as a gift. So we're going to go ahead and make this today. And the printables that I'm using for this from my Etsy shop are the floral wood papers, which look like this. I've actually printed these a little bit smaller. I printed them 2 to a page because I wanted a smaller scale to work with. And then we're also going to be using the Secret Garden journal kit, and it comes with a whole bunch of printables, but I'm just going to be using a few of these today. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing first, I'm going to be making the envelope with the little window, and you probably get a lot of these in the mail, you know, with your bills, and that's what I'm doing, is just going to recycle one of those. And the first thing that I want to do is distress around the window. I don't expect a lot of it to be showing, but just in case it does, I don't want it to be this stark white color. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm using Vintage Photo Tim Holtz Distress Ink. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this to the same size as my other one. So I'm going to use this as kind of a template. That way if I wanted to put them together as part of a booklet or something, they would be a uniform size. There we go. And then to decorate it, I'm just going to use some torn papers. I really like the way that these kind of shabby chic style floral wood papers look. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of those. And to get them to the right size, I'm going to line them up with my envelope and then trace it here. And then I'm going to go ahead and tear some pieces of it. There we go. And I think I'll go ahead and tear a piece for the top too. And then I think I'll use a different pattern for the sides. I'm trying to decide. I think I might use this one. Yeah. Maybe I'll go ahead and go this direction. And what I'm doing here is just kind of putting it up here and kind of looking where the envelope window comes to, and then I'm going to try to tear kind of close to that line, so you can see that the window kind of starts right here, and so that's where I want my tear to kind of be close to. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these sides down first. I think this one I might tear a little bit more. And before I glue anything down, I'm going to go ahead and ink around the edges. Once I've inked all of my edges, I'm going to go ahead and glue these papers down. Okay, it's starting to come together. You can see our little window here, and we're going to go ahead and just decorate the other side. And what I'm going to do, I think, is just use a piece of the wood and just go all the way down the side. So I'm going to line it up. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and ink around the edges of this too, because I may just leave a little bit of a border here just so that I can close the flap and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. That way if these show a little bit, they won't be super white and bright. They'll have an antique look. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make it just a little bit smaller than my envelope. You can see that I left just a little gap here, and I don't know if you can see down here, but there's just a little bit here. So it's not completely lined up with the edge like this. It's kind of shifted to the side a little bit. And then I think I'm also going to maybe round the edges of this with my corner punch. I think that'll work pretty well. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I should have inked the edge of this as well, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off like this. And that can go underneath it. I'm not going to glue this part down yet because I need to put something inside of here, but I'm going to go ahead and ink this other edge too. Okay, set that aside. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate this. I think maybe I'll wait just a minute because first I want to insert my piece in here to cover up this pattern from the envelope. I think this is coming loose just a little bit. I didn't get enough glue on there. Okay, so inside of here I want to put a pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just cutting this kind of to a size that I can fit inside here and glue. I'm going to open up my envelope and just slide this in here and get it lined up nicely, and then glue it down. There we go. So if you didn't catch that, I opened up my flap and I opened up my envelope, and inside here I glued that pattern paper down so that it'll show through the window when I don't have a tag inserted. It still will have a pretty pattern in there. Okay, so now I should be able to glue this one down on the back and finish this piece out. Sorry, sometimes I don't even know what I did the last time I put this together, so I have to think through the steps again and make sure I'm doing it in the right order. If I forget a step, it can sometimes make it hard to finish the project. And I'll put links below to some of the items I'm using here, like my bone folder and my ink and my corner rounding punch and all that stuff, so that you can get some for yourself if you want to. Okay, so it's coming together, and next I'm going to cut a little half circle out of here so it's easier to pull out my tag. And for that, I've got a 1.5 inch punch that I'm using. And I like to turn it upside down so I can see where I'm cutting. Makes it a little bit easier. There we go. And you can see some of the pattern showing through here, and if you wanted you could cover that up with more decorative paper, but I think I'm going to leave it because it's kind of neat looking. I think if I antique it a little, it'll be fine. Alright, so next I'm going to use this rosette, and I'll put a link to these too. I got these on Amazon, and I'm going to glue it down here in the corner. And then I'm going to add these bead strings too. And again, I'll put links to all this stuff below for you in case you're interested in getting some for yourself. There we go, it's starting to come together. So now we'll let this dry a little bit and we'll work on our tag. So to create the tag, I've got this piece. It's from the Secret Garden journal kit. It's one of the foldable cards. And I'm going to go ahead and just fold that in half. And then I'm going to turn this into the tag for our envelope. And I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom here. And then I'm going to cut off a corner. And to get it the same size, I'm going to flip this over and put it on this side. And hopefully that'll help it match up. And my glue didn't get all the way to the edges, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to glue this down a little bit better. I'm gonna ink my tag edges too. And now we can decorate it a little bit, and I'm going to see what sort of pretties we have that go with my theme here. You know, since this has a little butterfly on it, I think I might add this blue butterfly to our envelope too. You can see how I've got this all planned out. But I think that'll look pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it on. I kind of like this one too. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add it as well. This is, I think, what's really fun about creating is you can have an idea in your head, and then as you get going, you can start to see ways that other things might work as well. And it's okay to switch it up and change it depending on what sparks your imagination. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now we'll let that dry. Maybe. Trying to decide about where the window is gonna be. In this one, I have it so the word create shows up through the window, and I'm thinking of doing something like that for this one as well. So I'm wondering if this is gonna be too much, you know, stuff happening. Maybe I'll turn that sideways. Okay, so I have a little bit of a plan here. I'm gonna go ahead and ink this paper. Just to give it kind of that tea-stained look. And you could use tea-stained or coffee-stained paper if you have some, but I don't right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. It's a nice, quick fix. And and tear the edges away so it's got more of a rough look. Okay, so I'm going to kind of roughly estimate where this is going to land inside of here. I figure it will probably line up close with the bottom and on each side, and so I can kind of guess where I need this to be. So I'm gonna put it like right about here, because I think that that's pretty close to where it's gonna need to be. Okay, I may have to do that again. And then I think I'm going to add a couple buttons and a little bit of cheesecloth. I don't think I'm going to put lace on this one though, like I did my other one. So put these over here. This will add a little pop of pink. And help tie in some of the other pink elements in the papers. Oops, lid. My workspace is getting a little messy. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in here, and these are pretty bright and white, so I'm going to go ahead and tone them down with a little bit of ink. There we go. Coming together. That'll be for here, but first I'm going to use these little mini stamps, these mini alpha stamps, and everybody always asks, where did you get those? And I think I just got them at Walmart like a couple years ago in the crafting section there. But if you look up like wood alpha stamps or something like that, you might be able to find some similar sets. And I'm going to try to get my word to line up. Now, this isn't a very you know, scientific way of doing this. I'm just guessing kind of where it needs to be based on the size of my tag and my envelope. So it looks like my envelope will probably land somewhere around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fit my words where I think that they should go. Hopefully they line up. Alright, my glue is still a little wet, but I'm going to try to slide this in here and see the moment of truth, if this will actually line up in my window. It's going to be a truth-telling moment here. What do you know? It lined up great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my little string through my tag here, and this is just some lace I picked up along the way. It's a stretchy lace that I kind of like. I think I got it at Walmart as well. I do a lot of Walmart shopping. We live in small town Iowa, so we don't have a lot of access to big craft stores, so I have to make do with what's nearby sometimes. And honestly, you can get a lot of fun things at local places or even at Walmart. Okay. There we go. So, made a nice cute little window card, and then this little tag to go inside of it. And like I said, this makes a really cute insert for a journal or a gift or a card, just however you want to use it. And I'll put links to the kits that I used below, as well as some of the other items that I used today. All right, thanks for watching, everyone.